Well, I'm going to have to help you with that as well because I know you're not quite as fluent as I am in Golden Retriever. Basically, that meant is that he was very good, especially when the treats were brought out, the steak, sometimes chicken, but he's kind of a steak guy.
Guess who's back? Does it get any better than this?
Still ain't no rules that the dog can't play basketball.
Hey everyone, Nikki Novak here in the Fandango suite under the stage at CinemaCon with two legends talking Airbud Returns. Hi.
Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Hello, buddy. How are you? Oh, sounds like you're doing really well today. So I want to talk about this collaboration. First of all, for you have been with this franchise since the very beginning. Why was it time? Yes. First film since 98, theatrical since 98.
Yeah.
Why was this the time for Airbud to make a return?
Well, I think there's two things that kind of coalesced. Number one is that the people that grew up with Airbud, they're millennials. The average age was 10 years old, and guess what they have now? They have families of their own. So it was a perfect time to reintroduce Airbud, a new Airbud, in a theatrical setting that really allowed them to bring their kids to it. So it's a multi-generational opportunity now.
Yeah. Buddy, I have to ask for you, was it the script that attracted you? Was it your co-star? Was it your director? What was it that made you want to take on this role? Okay. So it was the script. It's always the script.
Well, yes, that's true as well. So let me help you with that. Since I've done 15 movies with Golden Retrievers, I actually speak Golden Retriever quite well.
Stop it.
Yeah, not
What's
perfectly.
The key?
So let me just tell you what I'll interpret for you.
Okay.
He said the director was amazing, and that was the real reason he wanted to do this show. And, but he really didn't have much choice either because he is Airbud.
And you both have beautiful blonde hair. I just have to point that out. Sorry, it was just way too obvious.
Oh, wait, hang on. See, he had another thing to say.
Okay, go ahead.
He wanted to tell you he did his own stunts.
I mean, it's mad respect. You and Tom Cruise setting the tone for Hollywood. What was the craziest stunt that you did?
Well, of course, he's a basketball-playing dog. He didn't jump out of an airplane, but everything else is true. In fact, in the movie, there's no CGI dog used, just like the original movie. So it's I always say that our disclaimer or claimer is that there was no CGI dog used because it's so amazing working with the real animals.
Yeah.
And so much of dog movies or shows are really with animation or CGI.
So going along those lines, he is a basketball-playing dog. For you as a director, how complicated is it to film scenes like that where they're actually in a baseball or a basketball game and you're having the dog perform stunts? Like for you as a director, if you could break that down.
Well, if you were able to turn the camera around, there's this guy named Ray, who's one of the trainers, and they're the best in the world. So a lot of things is for me to imagine it. You break it down. But in the end of the day, these are highly trained dogs. And, even with all the training that they put on them, we did I don't know if you saw it out there, we did a search for the next Airbud where 5,000 people sent, their dog, videos of their dog playing basketball. And we chose two of those to be basketball players. And that was pretty amazing, too.
Wow. And why was this special human creature dog the one?
Well, we always say the same thing. There's only one Santa Claus, right? So there's only one Airbud.
Yeah.
But in fact, there's more than one dog that makes up the movie. And he's the hero dog for sure.
Did he just hear you say that?
Yeah, he heard that. He's got a bit of an ego.
I want you to break down the story a little bit.
Sure, please.
It's very meta from what I understand. And sort of there's a callback. So if you could explain a little bit of the story in this film.
I mean, I think that this is, as I said, it's a whole reimagining of Airbud. And what it is, we're not trying to, it's not a sequel. It's a whole new storyline, all new characters, other than, of course, Airbud. So I think that what we want to do is we want to have a fresh look for this next generation, and then obviously for the nostalgic Airbud watcher. In the meta sense, is we're returning home. And when I say that, we're returning home to Fernfield, where the original movie was shot, where you might remember the tagline that anything is possible. And so what that allowed us to do is have that mystical, magical feel, that nostalgic feel to it. And our boy in the movie finds a VHS tape and discovers that his father played on the Timberwolves team with the original Airbud. And then that ignites his passion and desire to play basketball.
Buddy, I hate to be obvious, but I would just like to ask you if you are in fact a very good boy.
Well, I'm going to have to help you with that as well, because I know you're not quite as fluent as I am in Golden Retriever. Basically, that meant is that he was very good, especially when the treats were brought out, the steak, sometimes chicken, but he's kind of a steak guy.
Speaking of treats, when you go to the movies, Buddy, like we like to ask actors where they like to sit in the movie theater and what they like to snack on. So we'd particularly like to know what Buddy likes to eat watching films.
Oh, gosh.
Keeping it real, who is more difficult to direct, humans or dogs?
It depends on the day.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I think that, look, these trainers are so amazing, and the dogs are really first class in every aspect in terms of their athleticism and their temperament and everything else. These guys make it really, really easy. And nothing's easy in filmmaking, as you know. Things
Right.
are moving very quickly. Ray just shook his head at me. But the reality is that it adds a level of complexity, but then it also adds a level of authenticity. You weren't working with a real dog. You're working with, a CGI animal or something like that. It would be easy in some sense, but you'd never get this personality, this character,
Right.
this fun, this heartwarming looks. And we add music to that, it's just going to melt you.
And
sure.
what brings you back to the franchise? And what makes you love this franchise so much?
What I really love about the franchise is what it really is about. And it's really about family. Anything is possible when you play from the heart. And the themes around it, in this one in particular, it's about family legacy. So it has a really strong connection to family all the way through. And this character, Airbud, is so beloved
Yeah.
that it's really, for me, the word isn't easy, but it's really fun to write stories around this character. Like I can go forever. In fact, I have another one I've already written. So
All right, we need the tea. Are we playing a different sport ever, or give us
anymore.
a little teaser?
We're not going that path.
Okay,
on this,
okay.
The next one, but we're answering questions that people ask me a lot, like where did Airbud originally come from?
Okay,
That might be in the next one.
that's a nice little teaser.
Yeah.
You mentioned different generations. So if you could also tease for generations who grew up with Airbud,
Yeah.
what are they going to see in this film that is going to give them that nostalgia? And for the new generation, what is something fresh and different that you brought in that you wouldn't have done before, didn't think of doing before?
Great question. So I think that the main thing is that for what I would say to somebody that it was a child when they saw the original Airbud is welcome home. We're bringing you back to a place that you loved and with a character that was beloved. So welcome home. And the other thing is that we have all the same messaging themes, ain't no rule says dog can't play basketball. That still exists.
Okay.
We have the anything is possible. Airbud, Fernfield, where anything is possible, which really gives a sense of possibility for them and their family. And then it's really about hope in the end of the day and the underdog story. And I know I don't mean that as a quip, underdog story, but that's a very American concept, I think, is that how much we love the underdog. And this guy is, and Airbud is such a great underdog character. And you'll see the themes throughout. But I think the other part of it is that in this one, it's about family legacy. And that's meaningful to me because I'm now a grandparent now. So my kids saw the original Airbud when they were 10 years old. I remember taking them to theater, and now it's the parents who are now grandparents. It's the kids who are now parents, and then now they're introducing them to this beloved character. And so we have a lot to live up to, and I think we took on that challenge by doing something unique. We wanted to do something unique. We didn't want to just do another sequel. And I think that's what I love about this movie, and I hope the audience loves it as much as I did making it.
Buddy, I have to ask you, growing up, did you have any dog-spirations, like other famous dogs from other films that inspired you, that made you want to get into this business and be a performer and be the star that you are?
I think that what we try to do when we look for a dog is a golden retriever. This is an American golden, so you can see he's very athletic, he's very strong, very intelligent, and then I think the athleticism of these dogs is unbelievable. Like when you see, I think we sent you some clips to
Yeah.
look at. When you see those clips, I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff, even for me. Like one of the things that when we came up with this new story, I knew one of my challenges was I had to deal with the fact that somebody who saw the movie when they were 10 years old is now, let's say, 40 or 38 or whatever it is. They imagine something in a child's mind of what the dog did. And I had to up that ante because no matter what I do, they're going to expect that, that it's something even bigger. So when I watch the basketball scenes, I feel like we fulfilled that promise. And this dog did it.
What's the craziest thing you saw Buddy do?
Well, you'll see it in those clips. Like
Yeah.
when this dog hits the ball, his whole body levitates, right? It levitates. It's like it's kind of crazy. Like he's got hops. He's up here.
He
when
just
hits
did
that
a little
ball.
hop there.
Yeah. But he has you'll see it in the clips, and it's so fun for me to watch it. And we slow it down just so you can see it's a real dog hitting that basketball and aiming. Like he's
Wow.
not just randomly hitting it everywhere. He's aiming
Wow.
for the target.
I mean, that's a true diva for you. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's a diva dog. That's a true star. He's going back to his trailer. He's had it. That's a wrap on this interview. What a typical star. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks, Nikki. That was fun.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, buddy. He's out.
Treat time.